everyone. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for being here. We're so honored. We're so honored to have such great support within our community. So much love. We've had so many messages and so many displays of affection. I can't even begin to thank this community. We're so blessed and we're so humbled. We stand here today to mourn the events in London, Ontario, the terrorist attack in London, Ontario. And while we're here today, the other objective that we have is to send a very strong message. We want to send a very strong message to our wider community that Grey Bruce Owen Sound stands for love, stands for unconditional love, stands for tolerance, and stands for diversity. So I want to... Thank you. It's truly a moving moment. It is for my family, it's for my community members that are here, and it's for all of us. I look around and we're in the middle of a pandemic, and we're very cognizant of that. We're very cognizant of that, but we thought it was necessary to do this tonight, to send a strong message that never again will we let this happen, be it here, be it any other town, be it in any other country, whatever it is. We won't let this happen again. And this is just the beginning of that. I think where we're going to start tonight, and we want to keep it a short event. We want to keep it, really quick. Again, being cognizant of what's going on with the health unit. We've had great, they've been so cooperative with us, and we've had, lengthy talks. And we want to be respectful. So we'll start off tonight with observing a moment of silence for the victims of the terrorist attacks in London. So if you may join me in being silent for a minute, we'll mourn and we'll grieve together. Thank you. That was my daughter, by the way. It's always a tough time, coordinating kids. But this is what it's all about. This is what matters. I made a post not so long after when I pulled into my driveway, and this is who I was concerned about. When I pulled into my driveway, when I saw them walking back from Kelso Beach Park, that's what my what-if scenario was, is that if some excuse of a human being runs them over with a pickup truck. That's what my concern was. So this is why that's important. That wasn't, she came up to me and I just got thinking. That's why we're here. We want to prevent this, and this is who we stand for, is our next generation and is our young people. So what I'll do now is I'll introduce the Imam of our community, Brother Hafiz. Brother Hafiz has been here in Owen Sound with us for a few years now. He's originally from Montreal. He's a very learned scholar. And I want him to say a few words in regards to tonight and what solidarity means in our religion and what his take on it is.
Testing. Testing. Well, that's the first thing, right? The last thing that you want to do is screw up the mic. We'll start off with a little bit of recitation from the Quran, from the Holy Book, and then we'll just express and share a few words of wisdom, and hopefully we can benefit from it. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. In the name of God, who is the most merciful and the most gracious, salutations upon all the prophets, the messengers, and the last and the final messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. First of all, I'd like to thank God, and I'd like to thank all of you, each and every single one of you, to express our gratitude from the community. Like Brother Walid mentioned, that there has been unconditional love and support from all the members of the community, those who have sent flowers, those who have sent cards, those who have sent emails, those who have even called, and to express their solidarity, to express their love, unity and concern. And it truly makes me happy, and it truly elates my heart. And I'm speaking not just from my behalf, but as the Imam and as the leader for the community, the Muslim community, on behalf of all the Muslims, that we express our immense gratitude to the people who have showed such love and unity. And I thank you all for that. Just to share a couple of words, you know, this act which was committed, you must have heard over and over again, but as I was thinking, even on my way down, walking towards here, that no words exist to express the heinous act that this man, this individual committed. No words can express, and no words can describe, because you and I cannot fathom what a person must go through if this was to happen to their family, right? I mean, you cannot even be considered a human. How can you be considered a human? No sentiments. You understand? Somebody, a family, a young, a child, elderly couple, right? Family of 4 or 5 are walking down the street, and somebody just decides to ram their truck into your family, into the family. Why? Because of race, because of culture, because of faith, because of religion, because of your skin color, because of the way you speak, because of your background. Absolutely unacceptable. What makes a prosperous and a fruitful community, right, is that we from different backgrounds, different skill sets, different types of people, they offer their different skills and what they have, and this is what makes a strong community. This is Canada, and I am so thankful, and I have mentioned it to my community and to the people over and over again, that we live in such a beautiful country. The peace and all these the amenities and the services that are there to be offered, and this is done by people like us, all of us. Different people from different background, different religion get together, and this is what it comes to. So I truly am grateful for what this community has offered, and we, since to the bottom of our heart, we condemn this act. It can be any person, no one, no exceptions. It is not acceptable in any way, any shape, or any form. And we want a safer community, a safer environment for our families, right? Always put yourself in the same shoes, your kids, your mother, your father, your grandparents. A passage and a teaching and a words of wisdom from our faith, which I want to share with you, to kill someone, like what has just taken place, to take the life of someone is as worse as destroying and taking the life of everyone. فَكَأَنَّمَا قَتَلَ النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. You understand? Every person holds great value, and every person holds such importance, whether it be an 80-year-old male or female. You understand? Everyone is valuable in the sight of each and every one of us, and in the sight of God. Sometimes as we're driving by and I see individuals and people that are on the street asking for loose change, it makes my heart cry. We should have this concern. You understand? We should have this concern what this man is or what this woman is going through. Whatever the situation may be, that it has compelled him or her to stand on the street in the cold. He or she may be hungry. They might not even have a shelter over them, a roof over their head. And it has led them to what? Ask for help and assistance. So we should have concern, and we should have what? We should have feelings for our fellow brothers and sisters. Every single one of us are the same. مِنْهَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ وَفِيهَا نُعِيدُكُمْ وَمِنْهَا نُخْرِجُكُمْ تَارَةً أُخْرَى. We are all created from the same dirt. Understand? In the Quran it is mentioned that our core and root is what? We are created from soil and water. Each and every single one of us. And we come together from different parts of the world. So once again, I express my gratitude, and all of us need to stand one and unite and condemn such acts. Even thoughts. How can a person even think of doing something like that? How can he even think, he or she think? For let alone even carrying it out. So like I said, no words can exist. No words exist to express or describe what has taken place. So once again, I show immense gratitude. Right? مَنْ لَا يَشْكُرُ النَّاسِ لَا يَشْكُرُ اللَّهِ. There's a saying in Arabic, that person who does not show gratitude to the creation, he cannot show gratitude to the Creator. So all of you and I, sincerely, I encourage the authorities to take serious steps in regards to such acts, to people who carry out hate speeches and hate crime. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all, may God give us all the understanding, give us all love and unity and compassion, sympathy, love, consideration, tolerance, forbearance for each other. We're all different. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Everybody has faults. Thank you very much for coming out. And I once again sincerely appreciate your support. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may God bless all of you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
I don't want to mess up the mic another time. So thank you. And your words of wisdom, Brother Hafiz, are always have a way. And as my friend Jason Cranny from the Owen Police Service, he was there at our Friday service today, and he said every time he attends, he leaves feeling calmer, and he feels relaxed. So I think those are their words of wisdom, and I'm grateful that you shared them with us today. Next up, I want to really acknowledge the great leadership that we've had in this town of ours. From the get-go, our council, I see very many of our council members, namely the ones that I see, my friend Scott Gregg, Carol Merton, thank you so much. I see Deputy Mayor Brian O'Leary, thank you. I see our mayor is here as well. We've had phenomenal leadership, and same thing goes with the OSPS as well. Craig Ambrose, thank you so much. Thanks for always being there for us, and it means a lot. I'll invite Ian Boddy to come say a few words. I think I'm putting him on a spot, but I know this man is always up to the task. So I see him rushing up here. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for showing what Owen Sound is. We did this a few years ago, if you remember. and it was extremely cold. It was January, it was February, and we were around the corner. And the wind came off the lake like it always does in January or February, and a crowd this size was there freezing and stuck it out, and it makes me proud to be part of this community and to be able to stand here. It's with heavy hearts that we come together this evening in remembrance of the Afsel family. We all believe this is not supposed to happen in Canada, but it keeps happening. Quebec City, a school that I don't remember the name of in Montreal, woman engineers because they're women. London, so many other events, and they keep happening. People become enraged, and we don't know why they become enraged. It's often their own lives that become enraged, and they blame someone else for it. And so they reach out and they attack. But somehow they're also triggered. And there lies the answer for all of us, I think, or a suggestion for all of us. Council here in this building, the priority for Owen Sound is a safe city. Building a strong, vibrant, and cohesive city. Safe for all. Safe for our Muslim community and all parts of our community. Together on behalf of Council, who I think are all here, most of us are back there, we unequivocally condemn this hate crime. Change has to happen. It is imperative that we stand together, be a community that fights against existing prejudices and strives towards peace, kindness, and respect for one another. For me, this was hard to prepare for. So I went reading and I found a quote from another part of the world, but unfortunately the same situation, the same story. So I quote New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern after the 2019 attacks on 2 mosques in Christchurch. Even the ugliest of viruses can exist in places they are not welcome. Racism exists, but is not welcome here. An assault on the freedom of any one of us who practices their faith or religion is not welcome here. Violence and extremism in all its forms is not welcome here. Our challenge now is to make the very best of us a daily reality, because we are not immune to the viruses of hate, of fear, of other. We never have been. But we can be a nation that discovers the cure. So each of us, as we go from here, we have work to do, but not to leave the job combating hate to just a government alone. We each hold the power in our words and in our actions, in our daily acts of kindness. Each of us, acts and words of kindness. Kindness towards one another in our own community. Kindness in what we say, what we write, what we post. Kindness to everyone. And with these words, they're words that are uttered in common in many religions. I'm going to apologize because I'm going to say pronounce them wrong, but Assalamu alaikum. Am I close? Pretty close. Peace be upon you. When I was growing up, it was peace be with you, and in return also with you. So to all of you, Assalamu alaikum. We have work to do. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to sign Ian up for some Arabic classes after that, but it was good. It was good. I'll give him that. Thank you so much. And as Ian mentioned, many of our council members are here. If I missed anyone's name, please forgive me. I'm just so honored that you're here. When we were planning this, it was thrown together very quickly. We weren't sure what was going on with the pandemic, dealing with public health, a million things. So we wanted to keep it short and sweet, so that not very many of us are standing here for hours on end. So we thought of what would be most impactful. Who would be most impactful? Whose message would carry the most merit up here? And it was a hard decision, but it was also an easy decision. My answer to that was that in light of what's gone on, I want a Muslim mother to come up here and speak. So we went searching. We tried to find a Muslim mother that wanted to come up here and speak, and we have very many in our community that are very articulate and very lovely. But I want to invite the love of my life, Sophia. She's a fierce Muslim mama, and I'm just so proud of her. I really am. I'm really proud of her and all that she does for these two little ones and for our community. I can't do it. I know very many people that I know can't do it. So I'll leave the rest to her, and I'll let her put me to shame.
So we've heard from my husband, who has a way with words. And he has a way to make everyone feel welcome and at home. But right now, I would like for you to witness the rage of a Muslim mother. I am still struggling with having the conversation with my 4-year-old son about the 215 Native children's graves. And now this. My son wants to be the first person to physically land on Mars. What am I to say to him? Son, you could be the first person to come up with the cure for cancer, but people will always hate you because of the color of your skin and the God that you pray to. For shame. For shame. I reject a world like that. I reject a world like that for my children and your children. I reject. People like this 20-year-old, the hate that this 20-year-old carries. This is the tip of the iceberg. Hate does not exist in vacuum. We are all part of the problem. When we can grieve for those 215 children, but we fail to question, why is it that so many Native communities do not have clean drinking water? Why? When we can support the Black Lives Matter movement because it's an American problem, and not acknowledge the racial profiling that happens right here, right now. When we can grieve a child living in North America, the death of a child, a North American child, but we fail to grieve the Palestinian children that are dying, that are being murdered and massacred. Enough of this. Enough. When we start to rationalize away someone else's humanity, we are the problem. We are the problem. The moment you begin to rationalize another human being's humanity because of so-called differences, then my friends, we do not want that allyship. We do not need that here. When we come together and we question the biases that lie within, it's an ongoing, forever process, my friends. I'm part of it, you're part of it. It's forever. We forever have those biases. When we constantly question ourselves, that's when true allyship begins.
I told you. Now I have nothing to say. I'm going to cut myself a break, and next up, and our last speaker this evening is another friend, another ally of ours, a person that's always been there for us as well, be it covering local events, be it being there for the little guy in our community, and being a voice for very many, including being a co-organizer for this event tonight. I'm talking about my friend Ann Finlay Stewart. And we love you, and thank you. Thank you for being there for us, and thank you for looking out for all of us. So I'll let you say a few words.
I am not going to try to follow Sophia. That's all I can say. Ever. I just want to thank everybody for coming out and for showing this love and support. And remember, this is not the end. This is the end of this vigil. This is not the end. This is the beginning. Okay. Maybe it's the first time it's been off for a long time. I just want to remind you that this is not the end. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of making sure that this never happens again. I also want to thank you very much, those people who brought things for the food bank. We talked about, was there something people could do, because everybody always wants to do something, and I appreciate that. And I just wanted you to understand that in the middle of their grief, this is the Muslim community giving back to their community. They didn't want something for themselves. They wanted to give something to the most vulnerable people in our community. That's what the Imam was speaking about. The Salvation Army truck is around back. If you have anything, we're going to take this over there. Thank you very much for coming, and we look forward to a community that never has to gather like this again.
Thank you so much, everyone. We're honored, we're humbled. As things get better, as the pandemic relaxes, we want to have more open dialogue. We want to open our doors more. We're thinking of doing community nights at the Owen Sound Muslim Association. We'll have dinners, we'll have potlucks, and everyone's going to be welcome. And come on in. We're going to break bread together, and we're going to break these barriers down as well. Thank you for coming. We're honored, we're humbled, and we love Owen Sound Grey Blues. We're so proud. Take care.